Well, that was an interesting video you posted up and shit. Oh, it's TV. My niece is watching TV. But yeah, man. Look, man. I understand people are passionate about their, their favorite wrestlers and everything, and coming from someone who is a wrestling fan and B has gone and become a pro wrestler. I understand being passionate about your favorite wrestlers and everything. It's my niece in the back. Don't worry, you'll be alright. But see, here's the deal. Fix this up. Ah, you can see me better. See, here's the deal. You call yourself a wrestling fan, yet the only thing you watch is WWE. I wouldn't really count that as being a wrestling fan. That counts as being a WWE fan, because WWE doesn't even count themselves as a wrestling promotion. I'm pretty sure you've heard all the news stories. Baby girl. I'm pretty sure you've heard all the news stories and everything, and I'm pretty sure you're very familiar with them, calling their wrestlers entertainers. Yes, pro wrestling is a form of entertainment. That it is. But to be honest with you, when you're not even considering calling your workers wrestlers, you no longer can have the title of wrestler. I mean, let's face facts. WWE, if you want to watch action, as you want to watch something that's like close to WWE without all the physical stuff, watch like some soap operas or something. Go put it on Channel 7, on ABC or something like that. Yeah, you'll get your fill, just like, because let's face facts. I was raised up on WWE. Most people are. But that's because WWE was and is the biggest wrestling promotion in the Eastern Hemisphere. I wouldn't necessarily call it the biggest promotion in the world, but it is the most widely known. And you're probably wondering why I say that WWE fans are WWE fans. Excuse me. And wrestling fans are wrestling fans. WWE fans are just WWE fans because, prime example, you went on video. Alright? You went on the camera, made a video of you flipping out, whether it was scripted or not, you flipping out, saying that promotions like ROH and stuff like that suck. Now, a lot of ROH fans, a lot of the old school ROH fans, they'll say that ROH hasn't really been on fire like that since 05, 06. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. I'm not going to say anything, and I'm not going to judge, because I'd only watch bits and pieces between its inception and now. Like now, I just catch the shows on YouTube. But the fact of the matter is, ROH is a damn good promotion. And I'm not, I'm saying this from having watched and compared the WWE product to the ROH product. It just seems like they're more passionate about their fan base, about putting on a good show than WWE. I mean, how can you be a fan of a promotion that on a weekly basis insults the intelligence of its fan base, that on a weekly basis shows that its fan base can be a group of mindless drones? I mean, pardon me for sounding rude or anything like that, but the truth is, it is what it is. people say that WWE fans are like the most dangerous fans out there because of the fact that they're the most passionate about something that you can tell has gone down in quality, and yet they're still watching it. There's a lot of people that say that. WWE it has its moments, but overall it hasn't been good since like 2000. We're in 2009, almost 2010, and it hasn't been really good since like 2000. So that should tell you something. The guys that are main eventing now should have been main eventing years ago. You're a Jeff Hardy fan, you're an Edge fan, you're an Edge head. We can tell by your haircut. You have Edge's haircut from like 2006. Alright? I'm not insulting you. You're pretty brave for having that haircut. You know? You're getting your Edge on, or your vintage Chris Jericho on. But the fact of the matter is this, man, like, the guys that are main eventing now, that are pretty much getting a big push right now. Okay, she didn't fall asleep. The guys that are getting pushes now, that are getting noticed now, they should have been getting noticed years ago. That would have made the product even, you know, that would have taken the WWE product to a higher level. Because they had to push the envelope. They had to push the mode of competition. And a lot of the guys that they got there now, not that great. Come on. John Morrison. They're calling him the next Shawn Michaels. They were saying that about Jeff Hardy. They were calling Matt Hardy the next Bret Hart. Lo and behold, these two became top singles competitors years later. But, and I know this is something that's gonna piss you off, in ROH, they have a slight love-hate for the Hardys. They absolutely love Matt Hardy, but they cannot stand Jeff. He got booed out the building. I'm pretty sure you can find that match on YouTube. You can download that shit. Truth of the matter is this, though, is like, you know, they booed Jeff because Jeff was like, his heart wasn't into wrestling anymore. You can't say that to ROH. To ROH fans, anyway. Because ROH fans are pretty much as passionate about wrestling as you showed in your video. So, just to say it like this, you know, I'm not going to necessarily knock you for being as... I'm not going to necessarily knock you for being as passionate about the whole wrestling thing, or the whole WWE thing, as, like, you know, as you were. But be a little more careful in how you present yourself in videos, because you don't want to go out there and get all the negative comments that you got. And to answer, you probably asked this question while watching this video: what's the difference between a wrestling fan and a WWE fan? A WWE fan will disregard anything else but WWE. They'll only really look into a wrestler if WWE is signing them. And they like I said, they'll disregard the indies. They'll disregard anybody that's seen as competition to WWE. ROH is seen as serious competition, but the problem is their whole booking thing, you know, their whole booking situation. But that's a whole nother story. Wrestling fans will watch WWE, yeah, but they'll also watch ROH, they'll watch TNA, they'll watch PWG, Chikara, many indie feds, international feds, because they really want to see the very best that wrestling has to offer. WWE can provide you the very best that WWE has to offer. Pro wrestling and indie wrestling and international wrestling provides the very best that wrestling has to offer.